there's a moment, a split second, where everything she feels slips through. Not in her words, not in what she says out loud, but in the small, almost invisible things she does when she thinks no one is paying attention. A glance that lasts just a little too long. A laugh that comes just a little too easily. A nervous adjustment of her hair when you walk into the room. These are not accidents. These are not random. These are signals. Ancient, subconscious, hardwired into human behavior through thousands of years of evolution, and most men miss them entirely. Because here is what psychology has confirmed time and time again. Attraction is rarely spoken. It is performed. And if you know what to look for, she has already told you everything. Human beings are not as mysterious as we like to believe. Beneath our words, beneath our carefully constructed social masks, our bodies are constantly communicating what our minds are too cautious to say out loud. This is what behavioral psychologists call nonverbal leakage. The unconscious signals that escape our control when we experience strong emotion. Attraction is one of the most powerful emotions a human being can feel. And because of that, it is one of the hardest to hide. Research in social and evolutionary psychology consistently shows that women, more so than men, tend to express romantic interest through indirect behavioral cues rather than direct verbal statements. This is not a flaw. It is a deeply rooted psychological pattern shaped by social conditioning, emotional caution, and the instinct to protect vulnerability. In other words, she may never say, "I like you," but her behavior already has. Today we are breaking down 5 of the most psychologically significant signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you. Not surface-level observations, but deep, research-aligned behavioral patterns that reveal what is happening beneath the surface. Pay attention, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Sign number 1. She mirrors you. Watch closely the next time you are around her. When you lean forward, does she lean forward? When you slow your speech, does her pace shift too? When you laugh, does she follow? This is called mirroring behavior, and psychologists consider it one of the most reliable unconscious indicators of attraction and rapport. Mirroring is rooted in our neurology. Research in social psychology points to the role of mirror neurons, the part of our brain that activates when we observe someone we feel connected to. When a woman is attracted to someone, her nervous system begins to unconsciously synchronize with theirs. She is not doing this on purpose. That is precisely what makes it so powerful. If she mirrors your posture, your gestures, your tone, her subconscious mind has already decided that she wants to be closer to you. Her body is simply following orders. Sign number 2. She finds reasons to be near you. Attraction creates proximity. It is that simple and that profound. When a woman is drawn to someone, she will engineer situations, often without realizing it, that close the physical distance between them. She takes the seat next to yours. She appears in the same spaces you frequent. She finds small, logical-sounding reasons to exist in your orbit. Evolutionary psychologists describe this as approach behavior, a primal drive to be near what the brain has flagged as desirable. Notice the pattern, not a single occasion, the pattern. If she consistently finds herself near you, if she gravitates toward your side of the room, if she lingers a moment longer than the conversation requires, that is not coincidence. That is chemistry, looking for an excuse. Sign number 3. She becomes hyper-aware of her appearance around you. There is a reason she suddenly adjusts her hair when you approach, a reason she straightens her posture, smooths her clothes, becomes briefly self-conscious in a way she is not with others. Psychologists refer to this as preening behavior, an automatic self-grooming response triggered by the presence of someone we find attractive. It is observed across cultures, across age groups, and it operates almost entirely below the level of conscious thought. She is not thinking that she should fix her hair right now. Her body is responding to a surge of awareness, a biological signal that says this person matters, look your best. In body language research, preening is consistently linked to romantic interest. And the key detail to watch for is the timing. It happens in your presence, not before you arrive, not after you leave. It happens the moment you appear. That tells you everything. Sign 4. Her attention locks onto you even in a crowd. A room full of people, multiple conversations happening at once. And yet she keeps finding you. Her eyes drift in your direction when you're not speaking. She tracks where you move. When you talk, even from across the room, she is the one who is actually listening. In psychology, this is called sustained attentional focus, and it is one of the clearest cognitive indicators of attraction. Our attention, at its core, follows our desire. We cannot help but look at what we want. There is also something deeper happening here. According to research on eye contact and emotion, prolonged or repeated eye contact causes the brain to release phenylethylamine, a neurochemical associated with excitement and romantic feeling. In other words, the more she looks at you, the more drawn to you she becomes. Attraction feeds itself, and her attention is the fuel. Sign 5. She remembers what you say. This one is subtle, but it is perhaps the most telling of all. She remembers the name of your childhood dog. She asks a follow-up question about something you mentioned 2 weeks ago. She noticed when you said you liked a certain kind of music, and she brought it up again. This is not small talk behavior. This is investment behavior. In cognitive psychology, selective memory is deeply tied to emotional significance. We remember what matters to us. We retain information about the people our brains have marked as important. When a woman is attracted to someone, she pays a different quality of attention. She is not just hearing your words, she is storing them, turning them over, thinking about them later when you're not in the room. That kind of memory is not built from politeness. It is built from caring. Here is the psychological truth that ties all of this together. Attraction, real, genuine attraction, is not a performance. It cannot be fully controlled or consciously manufactured. It leaks out in the mirroring, in the proximity, in the preening, the gaze, the memory. What behavioral science has taught us is this: the body always tells the truth, even when the words do not. She may be too cautious to say it directly, too uncertain of how you feel, too careful to risk rejection. But underneath that caution, her behavior is running on a different script entirely. And that script says, "You matter to me." So what do you do with this understanding? First, observe without assumption. One sign means little. A consistent pattern of signs means something real. Second, do not use this knowledge as a tool for manipulation. Psychology, understood with integrity, becomes a bridge, not a weapon. If you recognize these signals, respond with honesty, warmth, and emotional maturity. Third, understand that she is navigating the same uncertainty you are. Attraction is vulnerable territory for everyone. These behaviors exist precisely because she has not yet found it safe enough to say what she feels out loud. Your awareness of her signals is not a tactical advantage. It is an invitation. An invitation to step forward, to create the kind of safety where what is unspoken finally gets to be said. Because at the end of the day, what psychology reveals about attraction is not just a set of signs to decode. It is a reminder that beneath every careful, guarded, quietly hoping human being, there is someone who simply wants to be understood.